Hey guys, welcome back to Chelsea Football Talk with Erm. It's been a while since I last posted. Obviously, things have not been going very well. Last went to the Real Madrid game. Pretty bad performance against Real Madrid, of course. I think Brentford absolutely broke me. And I don't know, I just didn't want to hit you guys with more negative content. I feel like the entire season has just been full of negatives. Probably my only positive video was when Frank Lampard was hired, and of course now I feel like an absolute moron for that. I mean, it's gone completely south. 14 losses total on the season, sitting on 39 points, 9 points off relegation, 4 losses in a row in the Premier League. I don't know how many games it's been since we've won in the league. It's been so long. Lampard's management, 6 games, 6 losses. I think 2 goals scored, 12 conceded. Absolutely abysmal. And yeah, I mean, I stopped making videos because this shit's just bad. I think the first point is about Frank Lampard. I mean, me personally, I think we all have to admit that this has absolutely backfired. Disaster, absolute disaster from the ownership. And look, I thought it would motivate the players, but I didn't realize how tactically clueless Frank Lampard is. I mean, I should have known this. It was the case at Everton. What I'm seeing from the team is very reminiscent of the teams that Frank Lampard put out before he was sacked. It was just so much tactical ineptness. There's absolutely no structure, cohesion, completely disorganized. And I was so unclear with what he was trying to do tonight. He was playing like a 4-3-3 in a low block. I mean, I don't know. I absolutely don't know what he was trying to do. You can see that this disease is starting to spread to our more consistent players and some of our leaders. I mean, it's an absolute disaster. This is probably the worst managed Chelsea team I've ever seen. And it's funny, Graham Potter must be sitting somewhere on a beach sipping his pina colada, laughing at the situation that this is. And I mean, I didn't think it would get worse than Potter. Let's all be honest. I mean, Potter was not a good reign. I mean, his streak of losing was pretty unprecedented as well. This is a whole nother level of bad. I guess things can always get worse. I think we're the worst side in the Premier League right now. Let's talk about some of the player performances. First of all, I want to talk about Raheem Sterling. I have no idea what Raheem Sterling has on Frank Lampard, what blackmail that he has, because that's the only explanation for Raheem Sterling continuing to start for Chelsea Football Club. He's been dropping disaster class after disaster class. No idea why he continues to start. The man gives the ball away like candy. Terrible decision making. How many balls did he give away? How many through balls was he incapable of playing? And then positionally on the Martin Odegaard goal, just caught sleeping. And you know what? I give Tuchel crap for that because he's the one who brought him in. It all makes sense why Manchester City was glad to get him out the door. Nobody was crying. Nobody from Manchester City was shedding a tear when Raheem Sterling was sold. And we're obviously seeing why. Look at what he's putting out. I don't want to see him play any more of the season. Get him off. Get him out of the team. Shout out to Noni Madueke. I've been calling for him to start. A lot of us have been calling for him to start. Him and Mudryk in particular. We wanted those guys to finish out the season starting for Chelsea Football Club. And Noni Madueke did himself a favor today. I mean, I thought he played really well, and that goal was absolutely deserved from him. It's difficult right now to shine in this attack with how inept we look going forward. And again, I blame a lot of that on Frank Lampard. And Noni Madueke, for him to do what he did with how inept that we looked going forward and how little options there were in the game today, bravo to him. And he better start the rest of the season. And secondly, Mykhailo Mudryk absolutely looked positive and looked really dangerous when he came on. He started to look a bit better. He's just gradually starting to improve, and you can feel a little bit of confidence coming in, Mudryk, in these last final games. He should be starting. He should be playing every single minute of these games and gaining his confidence for next season. Raheem Sterling is not the future of Chelsea Football Club. Raheem Sterling is not the future of Chelsea Football Club. Mudryk is. Madueke is. And to sit Mudryk on the bench and continuously do this, if I'm Paul Winstanley, if I'm Christopher Vivell, I'm going into Frank Lampard's office, and I'm saying you aren't starting Mudryk the rest of the season. He's a caretaker manager. He should not have a decision over the futures of some of our players. Lampard should not have a say in the starting lineup. He's simply a caretaker manager, and Winstanley and Vivell should be stepping in and telling him who he needs to be playing. Kepa Arrizabalaga, I don't even want to talk about him. I mean, I think that first goal from Odegaard, Mendy saves that easily. And I hope Mendy plays for the rest of the season. I don't want to see Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. I hope he gets sold. Lastly, I'll say ownership has some work to do. They got a ton of things wrong this season. Like, just anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I just hope that we have Pochettino on the dotted line immediately, because the longer that this goes without his signature, I absolutely do not blame Mauricio Pochettino for running away and not signing with Chelsea. I totally understand. I mean, this is just completely unprecedented. So I think the first thing needs to be Mauricio Pochettino needs to be signed yesterday. It needs to happen immediately. Oh, well, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the season in general. Do you think Todd, Boehly, Beghdad, Egbali have screwed things up massively? Do you think that we are going to see incremental improvements next season? Or do you think that this whole thing is going to fail and potentially implode next season as well? Now I'm absolutely scared for next season. What happens if we continue this absurd streak next season? Are we going to get relegated? Every possible thought is going through my mind. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought about today's games, the performances. Let me know in the comments. Give me a follow. Give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.